Welcome to this week's Open Thread. For today's topic, I'm taking inspiration from something we filmed yesterday, Condiment sausages. Not too much spoilers on that end. What I'm going here with is what condiments are always in your fridge? What are your condiment staples? What are the things, the sauces, that you always have to have on tap? So first, a little rundown of what we have in our fridge. We're a pretty condiment-heavy household here. So, starting at the bottom shelf. This is basically our hot sauce shelf, with a few extras, like the ranch there. We got our favorites. The cock sauce. We got our Yucatan Sunshine. Red. Frank's Red Hot. Secret Aardvark back there. Valentina. Crystal. And yes, there is a Guy Fieri barbecue sauce. But that was bought for a show. Don't judge us. Next shelf. We got staples, mustard, mayonnaise, ketchup, and A1. And yes, I do use enough A1 that I need 2 bottles at the same time. And then our top shelf here. This is for our soy sauces and Liam Perrin's Worcestershire, you know. We got another mustard up here, some pub mustard. That stuff's pretty good. Cilantro paste. You never know when you need that. And there's also like a weird sorghum wine back there or something. This is pretty typical for us. Lots of hot sauces. You got your A1 sauce, and your mayo, and your ketchup, and your mustard. Yes, lots of hot sauce, and a couple bottles of A1. I like sauce, alright? I like having sauce on hand. But I want to know what you always have in your fridge, especially if you got something weird, right? Like, if you got, like, I always need honey mustard, or something like that. Like, who does that? Weirdos, that's who. If we could only have one condiment, that's another question. If you could only have one, what would it be?
Well, yours is obviously A1.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know that for sure. I think probably the most versatile condiment would be mayonnaise. I think it's very versatile and can be used in many circumstances, and at the bare minimum, like, if you're making a sandwich or something, you need something on there. And while A1 is good on a sandwich, it needs to work in concert with other stuff. Whereas mayonnaise is like almost always has to be on there. Maybe mustard. Maybe mustard would be mine. Because you could do that on a sandwich too. You can use mustard in a lot of places. I don't know. Mustard or mayonnaise? I can't decide.
Mustard and mayonnaise.
Mustard and mayonnaise. So yeah, let me know your answer to the condiment query down below. And that brings me to this week's Q&A portion of the Open Thread. First question, really, really awesome thought experiment question from Tori Cipriano. She asked if you could have any means of transportation from a fantasy realm or any kind of like fandom. I'm assuming like comic books and stuff also applies here. What would it be? You could go a lot of directions with this, right? You could like, oh, I want to be some dude that can ride dragons, or you could be like, I want to be like teleported, like in Star Trek.
I want Loafy to carry me around everywhere.
So you want Hodor is basically
yes.
what you want. Your mode of transportation is Hodor.
Yes.
I would say I would want Star Trek style warp ships. These are ships capable of going faster than light speed, but the time frame doesn't do what it would normally do, right? They're going to like subspace and shit when they do this, right? You know the Star Trek bullshit.
Simmer down, nerd.
But basically, in real life, if you were to travel faster than the speed of light, you travel at light speed for 70 years, you come back to Earth, you've only aged a few years, but like everybody else is 70 years older, and it's crazy as shit. That would ruin all sorts of space travel in many different fictional universes, but they just kind of like ignore it. So I think that'd be cool, because then we could go visit far off lands and go on 5-year missions into space and beyond. Yeah, that's an interesting question. I would like to know what other people think about that one, what their choice is. Tori, let me know what you think. Next question from NJ Stout, wanting to know if we ever have B vitamins. We take B vitamins before we go to bed for dealing with hangovers. And I sure don't. But I'm typically not really too bothered by hangovers. Cog Medic 500 has a question. Gears of War or Call of Duty? In the heyday, when Gears of War first came out, you know what my answer actually would have been was Halo.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I played Call of Duty and Gears of War, but my jam was Halo. Halo 3, especially a lot of Halo 3. But then I don't like really the direction Halo has gone since then, because it's turned into Call of Duty, and then Call of Duty over here, which was like super wartime game, and then now Call of Duty's turning into Halo. And I don't know. I don't know anymore. I can't keep up with that shit. I would say out of those two, probably Call of Duty, just because it has such a wider range of games. And then one last one here. It's not really a question, but I love seeing this comment because it's completely accurate. Donald Polanco says, "I'm willing to bet you bitches like any drink, girly or not, as long as it has alcohol in it. LOL."
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong. All right, that's all the questions. This week, if you have a question you'd like answered next week, go ahead, post it down below. Might get to it, might not. Time for some shout/shot-outs. For my shout-outs this week, I'm doing something a little unique here. I have these guys. Yeah, these are little, chocolate, boozy chocolates filled with boozy booze. Shout out the first going to Snowman. This is Snowman from Snowman in the Morning on Arena Sportsnet's morning show there. I've seen Snowman around here. He comments a lot. It's awesome. Thanks a lot for watching our videos there, Snowman. You're getting a Jim Beam. I'm just picking these at random. I'm not trying to go based on your personality or anything. All right, shot to Snowman. Not sure if Jim Beam and chocolate really work. Next shout out going to Jose Cerda, who said they just wanted a shout out, but I'm going the extra mile here. You're getting a shout out with Sobieski vodka. Cheers, Jose. Boozy chocolates are always way better in concept than in execution. Next shout out going to Beansy and Beansy's buddy Sig. Beansy got Sig into the video, so appreciate that, Beansy. You're getting a Drambuie shot. Give me a booze. You kind of dial back the flavor on that one, so not a whole lot of Drambuie flavor. All right, this one's a little unique here, and I'm gonna try to make it work. So Eric Lopez, he wants a shout out. First off, I liked his story that his favorite girly drink was the Appletini because of watching Scrubs. He doesn't want a shout out, really. What he wants is a shotgun out. Now, this isn't something that's ever gonna happen again, but I wanted to take this opportunity to show you guys what we like to call the gentleman's shotgun. What people normally do with a shotgun, right? They just stab the fucking can in the side and like open the top and drink it out of there like a fucking animal. I'm here to show you that there's a much more civilized way of accomplishing the same task. Step 1, gentleman's shotgun. You want to pay special attention to where the mouth is facing, and on the opposite side of the can, at the bottom, raise it thusly, and poke a hole in the corner. So when you poke your hole, your beer doesn't go spilling out everywhere. Then, using your thumb, plug the hole. And this is where the magic of the gentleman's shotgun comes in, is that now, when you're drinking your shotgun beer, you don't have, like, scraggly, sharp metal projections poking into your lips and mouth. Now, I might be a unique case, but I got pretty full lips here. Don't say it. These things, you gotta be careful with these, alright? And a normal shotgun kind of creates some issues. All you have to do from here, open the top, and then chug your beer. And then you're good to go. And see, even your hole here at the bottom of the can, it's a good indication that I didn't have any beer left over in here since it's not spilling out everywhere. Not a big mess everywhere, you aren't spilling shit, and you're drinking beer fast. Next shout out going to Nova Fire, who lost 22 pounds last month. Good job. But in order to do this, they had to give up alcohol, which is a total bummer. You're getting Remy Martin. Cheers. Next shout out's going to Stephen Morrow, who has a lot of nice comments there. Been watching for 2 to 3 years. They tried Tullamore Dew on our recommendation, and they enjoyed it, so that's good. They're getting a shout out with the famous Grouse. What the fuck is that? I'm assuming it's a kind of whiskey, because usually if a bottle's got a bird on it, it's some kind of whiskey. Cheers. Next shout out going to the commenter 7, who was so inspired by my words last week, they have now become a butterfly. That's what I'm talking about, people. Spread your wings. Fly. Fly to your dreams. You are getting Aperitif Anise. Oh god. Partis de Marseille. Cheers. Anise comes across pretty strong. And the chocolate liquors there. Alright, final one. Man, it might be harder to do 6, 7 of these shots than normal shots. Last one going to Tremblet Derek. I think that's how you say that. You just want a shout out. You're getting a shout out. And you have Grand Marnier. Cheers. If you'd like a shout out next week, go ahead and leave it in the comments down below. Maybe I'll get to it. And with that, it also wraps up this week's Open Thread. If you have anything else you want to talk about, go ahead and post it down below. I want your comments, I want your questions. I want to hear from you, the viewer. Sunday Fun Day. Do something. Do something worth value. Even if it's just actually getting out of bed that day and brushing your hair. That's enough. Thanks for your comments. Thanks for watching. You're cute.